Hey there, it's Jenna from the Intern Hustle, and this video is a little glimpse into the behind the scenes of my very own intern hustle. Specifically, the summer that I spent as a sports agency intern with Priority Sports and Entertainment in Chicago. Even if you aren't interested in a career as a sports agent, there are a lot of applicable business lessons that you can take away from this video. So hit that like button if you're interested in learning what a day in the life as a college intern at a sports agency was like. And don't forget to subscribe for new videos every single week on this channel. Hey there, I'm Jenna Ryan from the internhustle.com, and this is Initiative Muscle Monday, helping you to start each week with an intentional step toward a successful future. Let's do this. So, what was it like being an intern at a leading sports agency for top athletes in the NBA and the NFL? Well, first, let me back up a second and give this some context. Going into this internship, I had some prior internship experience in a professional sports setting. I was a strength and conditioning intern with the Chicago Bulls, and you can learn more about that in this video if you're interested. Given that experience, I did have a sense for the culture of professional sports, and I had observed sports agents as they came in and out of the Bulls training facility to interact with their clients, the players, or the Bulls front office staff. But really, outside of that, my exposure to sports agents was limited to the movie Jerry Maguire, which is still a personal fave to this day. Show me the money. If you know, you know. And if you don't, do yourself a favor and watch Jerry Maguire. But if I'm being honest, I had no idea what to expect when I was starting my sports agency internship. The experience I had with Priority Sports was my first time stepping into a true business environment. You know, the kind with an office, computers, and business casual work attire. So yeah, I was nervous. But nerves aside, I was also extremely excited for the opportunity. It's an internship that many people would love to land. And I did. That summer, I was one of 2 interns selected to join Priority Sports. And I was about to learn from some of the top sports agents and management professionals in the NBA and the NFL. And I still remember the first day that I stepped into the Priority Sports office like it was yesterday. It was actually the summer before I interned for them. I had secured an informational interview with the founder and CEO of Priority Sports, Mark Bartelstein, and I walked into their beautiful downtown Chicago office, decorated with sports memorabilia and athlete posters from past marketing campaigns. And the message, "Welcome Jenna to Priority Sports and Entertainment," was scrolling across the ticker board sign. That alone had me excited and feeling like I made it. And I was only there to do an informational interview at the time. Fast forward to the following summer, and I was walking back into that very same office as an official intern. I was greeted by my internship supervisor, who ran the basketball operations department. I met my fellow intern, a sports law student at Marquette University, and I was given the office tour, which ended with my very own desk and a window seat that overlooked the Chicago River. Everyone in the office was extremely busy, and it was my first glimpse into the hyper-fast pace that makes the world of sports go round. But just like my first day in the office, with the big personal welcome on the ticker board, everyone paused to say hi and introduce themselves and make me feel welcome as the new intern. On a daily basis, there was never a shortage of things for me to work on. I was assigned a variety of tasks and projects all summer long. From an experience perspective, my internship with a sports agency was one of the best I could have asked for. I got to play utility player and work in a number of different departments. And remember, I didn't have any true business experience prior to this. I had only ever worked part-time jobs as a fitness floor trainer at a fitness center or as a strength and conditioning intern. So I was in full learning on the job mode with this internship. Learning all about contract negotiation and how contracts are structured in the NBA compared to the NFL was a true highlight of mine. Contract law happened to really interest me, and still does to this day. At the time of this internship, I was simultaneously taking an LSAT prep course to keep my options open for law school. I never did go, but I have worked closely with lawyers at every point in my career so far, negotiating partnership agreements, running due diligence for acquisitions, working on entity formations, and more. I digress, but having firsthand experience with lawyers at the sports agency was really impactful for me in more ways than one. In a typical week, I would get to spend time shadowing some of the sports agents in the office, and I'm very grateful to one in particular who took me under his wing and became a mentor to me throughout my career. In fact, he's been a reference for me in every career move that I've made since that internship, sports related or not. NBA free agency and the NBA draft are the big focus during the summer months at a sports agency. Given that focus, I also spent a lot of time with the basketball operations and client service departments. I put together player folders full of statistical analysis and collegiate highlights, and I coordinated logistics for client tryouts and draft testing amongst all of the NBA teams. All of these efforts were to support the agents in getting their newest clients selected in the upcoming NBA draft. I got to support a lot of the international basketball clients as well, and while managing their travel itineraries isn't the most glamorous thing in the world, making sure people were in the right place at the right time with white glove service came in handy later in my career. In my second job out of college, I was responsible for running executive operations for a venture-backed, fast-paced startup in San Francisco. The scheduling skills and the finesse that I developed negotiating with airlines on behalf of our basketball clients came in clutch when I was tasked with similar things for the executive team and board members of the startup that I worked for. Internship pro tip for you: embrace all of your assignments as an intern, because sometimes the smallest internship tasks can become a big asset to your career in the future. Speaking of tasks, I was also in charge of answering all incoming calls while interning at Priority Sports. Talk about stressful. When I first started, it was hard to remember everyone's names and roles within the organization, let alone trying to work the phones and memorize extensions. However, I quickly learned how incredible of an opportunity it was to be frontline on the phones for an organization. You have a window into how it operates. And the more phone calls I answered, the better I got at predicting the business calls that were being made. It was a pretty cool behind-the-scenes opportunity into the world of professional sports. Let's just say I often knew what was going down well before it made the news on SportsCenter. Another behind-the-scenes discovery that I had was just how many people it took to successfully manage an athlete's career. When you hear sports agent, you think it's one person. And yes, the sports agent is handling the negotiations and acting as the main point of contact with the athlete, but it goes way deeper than that. There's a marketing team that works on behalf of the athlete to generate partnerships for them. Think about things like apparel sponsorships and community service engagements. There's the operations team, which is always busy crunching numbers and running player analysis and prepping agents for upcoming negotiations. And there's the finance team that has to understand tax law in every state, because professional athletes pay income taxes in every state they play a game in. That blew my mind. And of course, client services, whom without the place would not function. They go above and beyond for not only the external clients, the athletes, but also the internal clients, the sports agents. They are the Jack and Jill of all trades, and they make the impossible happen on a daily basis, and they're people that I was really lucky to have the opportunity to learn from and support their efforts as an intern. Finally, this behind-the-scenes look at my internship experience would not be complete without highlighting NBA Draft Day. What an experience to sit in the conference room and watch all of the phone activity amongst the agents. I experienced the NBA draft from the team perspective the summer before as an intern with the Chicago Bulls, and my internship with Priority Sports gave me a great opportunity to be a part of it from the other side of the phone this time. Overall, my time as a sports agency intern with Priority Sports flew by. I learned a lot in 8 short weeks. And I am forever grateful for the opportunity and the wonderful people who showed me the ropes. And I hope this video gave you some new perspective on the operation of a sports agency. If you're interested in working in sports and you're looking for a place to start, then I encourage you to watch this video next. In it, I cover 5 ways that you can go about searching for and landing a sports internship and my professional tips for success. Also, LinkedIn is a great place to connect with people in the industry that you're interested in, whether it's sports or something else. If you're not on LinkedIn, or you are, but you're not utilizing it, then I encourage you to check out my free masterclass for students on the 8 reasons why you should be using LinkedIn as a student. I run the masterclass a handful of times throughout the year, so if there isn't one being offered at this exact time, then I still encourage you to add yourself to the waitlist so that you're notified of the next one when I do offer it. I'll include the link to sign up in the description below. Thanks for watching. If this video gave you some new insights today, please give it a like and share it with a friend or two. Hit that red subscribe button below so that you don't miss out on future videos. In support of your hustle, I'm Jenna from theinternhustle.com, and I'll see you next Monday.